I've paid my dues, time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I've come through. We are the champions, my friend, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions, we are the champions, no time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. Hey friends, what's going on? This is David Potts with Song Notes, and in today's lesson I'm going to show you how to pick up your guitar and play We Are the Champions by Queen. This is a great song to play when your team wins the championship they've been going after for a very long time. I'm in that mood right now, so worked this out over the last few days. I'm going to teach it to you now. So I'm using capo on the 3rd fret because that lets you use easy chords as much as possible, okay? I don't want to be doing bar chords unless I absolutely have to. Another thing is a lot of the chords that Queen technically is using, you have, I don't know if they're diminished or add nines. I'm not interested in necessarily capturing the accuracy of those in all places. If I can cut a corner and avoid a really difficult 2-chord transition in favor of using, B7 or something, I'm going to do it, okay? So that's sort of the approach I'm taking. So I wanted to give those disclaimers so you sort of know what you're in for. But otherwise, let's sort of go through this step by step. I'll sort of show you the different sections, and I'll give you some pointers if you want to make this as easy as possible. So from top to bottom, let's get right to it. Okay, so off the bat, I want to say that this song is in 6/8 time. And the reason I bring that up is because the timing and the rhythm is going to be something you're going to have to deal with. Whether you're doing a simple strum or you're doing finger picking, the rhythm matters, okay? So instead of having 4 counts per measure, which is what we typically have for most rock songs, we're going to have 6 counts per measure here, okay? And the key really is to accent the 1 and the 4. So if we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See how the 1 and the 4 are really getting the pulse? Now what you could do is sort of, play the other counts. Maybe we'll do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's all down strums, 1 down strum per count, but the 1 and the 4 are getting the accent. You also could do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 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 okay? Or you could just sort of do, more of a, not a frantic strum, but a down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and okay? So you get the idea there. Is basically the 1 and the 4 are where you want to put your accents. You really can play the song though just by doing the 1 and the 4, and then you let your group of friends singing do the rest, okay? So keep that in mind. Okay, so first up for this A minor, E minor section, you're going to be on each chord for 6 counts. So I've paid my dues, time after time. What I like to do though is kind of be a bit more just slow and gentle with the intro, and that kind of matches what Queen is doing with the piano basically, right? So I'll do a little finger picky arpeggio here. I've paid my dues. So follow this tab along. This is sort of my approximation of what the piano is doing, okay? Time after time, I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. So you're really letting the silence sort of speak for itself there. You're not afraid to sort of underplay it because it's all about the build-up, right? The next part is this C and this F. Now, C is a pretty standard chord, right? Now the F, I don't really play a full 6-string F chord here. You have a few options. You could do a sort of, a mini F, the baby F, the 3rd, 2nd, 1st on those thinnest 4 strings. You also could just do an F over C, which is basically the middle 4 strings, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. The key here is you're going from C for 6 counts to F for 6 counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's one way you can do it, the F over C. So I like to do this tab here, which kind of mimics the piano here in the recorded version of this song. Okay, so again, that's the A minor and the E and the C and the F. I would approach this slow, bring whatever, slight picking or finger picking you want to do to make it nice and sort of just really chill because you're about to build it up, okay? So let's look at this next section here, which is the I've had my shifts and kicked in my face, but I've come through. So what we have here is a standard sort of walk down in the key of C, right? This is common in lots and lots of songs where we have the C, and then instead of doing a G, we're going to do a G over B. So it's the middle 4 strings, 2nd, open, 3rd. Okay, and the A minor, we've already had. But the key with this A minor is you really want to play the highest E string. Okay, so look at this tab. Look how on the C and the G over B, I'm on the middle 4 strings. But then on this A minor, I'm sort of bringing in the high E string. And the D, 4-string D chord, and then a G, full 6-string G. But what I want to call out here is listen to how the bass notes are sort of going down, but also the treble notes are sort of going up and swelling, right? All right? It's a cool way to sort of make that swell work on both ends, both the bass and the treble. And then basically we're going to go in this, transition from the verse to the chorus. So we're going to be on a G. Now what I like to do here, you could just stay on a G and just strum a G for a few measures, right? I like to basically play the G like this, where I'm having my ring finger, middle, and pinky doing the standard notes. And that frees up my index finger. And what you also can do is take up your middle finger if you mute the 5th string. So you're doing 3rd muted, open, 3rd. And then you could either do kind of putting your index in the middle, like where they would go for a C major. This is like a C over G. But this lets you go from a G. You could do that, or you could sort of put your middle finger on the A note, which is the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And what this does lyrically in this song is it matches this sort of on and on and on and on, and we are the champions, right? It sort of helps you sort of capture that sort of the punctuated different words they're singing there. So basically, but I've come through. Then you go to an A for sort of one measure or half measure there, and then we're going to go into the "We Are the Champions" part. Okay, so that was the first half of the song. The next part is a bit more bar chord heavy, but basically we're going to be on the D for one measure to F sharp minor. Okay, so this is a tricky one. It's a bar chord, 2nd, 4th, 4th, 2nd, 2nd, 2nd. All right, you'll need this shape later in the song for the G minor too. So this is a shape you want to learn if you're getting over that bar chord hump. And then we're going to go to a B minor for one measure, and then a G for 3 counts and an A for 3 counts. You could play them like open chords, or you could sort of do the sort of bar chord version, which I like to do because you get more of the bass note swell. Right, this is all about rocking. So D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F sharp minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, B minor, G, A, D, okay? And then you'll sort of start off again, almost repeating that. D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F sharp minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to G. And then I'm simplifying this next chord, and instead of doing a diminished whatever, I'm just gonna go to a B7, okay? Thinnest 5 strings, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, open 2nd, okay? And then we'll do the E minor for 2 measures here. We are the champions. Then a G minor, which which is third, fifth, fifth, third, third, third. So just like an F sharp minor, but it's up 1 fret. Okay, we are the champions. And on the champions here, you could just go to an A. What I like to do sometimes, though, is sort of do an A, add 6, which is basically open, second, 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 second. And then I'll bring that back to an A. And what that's doing is it's sort of giving this sort of high E string. It matches what they're singing in the song. So, we are the champions, champions. You hear that, right? And then these final 2 lines are basically kind of like a walk down, but you're just sort of strumming. So you go from a D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F. I do a full F here, right? Full 6 string, or get those bass notes in there. We are the champions, to a G. And then I call this is like a G6 with an A bass. So that's the A. 5th string open is your bass note, and you're gonna go 5th, 4th, 3rd. That's 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string, right? So open, 5th, 4th, 3rd, and then open high E string. Okay, so basically what this is doing is taking this G, the bar chord, and you're not playing the 6th string, you're leaving the 5th string open, so then that leaves basically just the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string with your notes. And then you leave the highest E string open, and then the 5th string open. And basically that's the transition into Of the World, right? So that section is no time for losers, 'cause we are the champions. And do a double stop there. 1, 2, let it ring. Of the world. And then this last part is basically a transition between a D minor, open, 2nd, 3rd, 1st, and a G over D. Basically, we're going to have the same D as our bass note. Open, 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 3rd, right? So we're going basically a little arpeggio on each one. And you repeat that 3 times, that sequence. And then you're basically going to do that double stop again on that G add 6, and then you will go into the 2nd verse, which would start on the A minor. I've taken my bows and my curtain calls, okay? And then you repeat the whole thing there. So basically that was my walkthrough. I just wanted to sort of go through each part of that and explain it. Again, the hard part of this one is really like, you gotta know the bar chords. If you know the bar chords, you're gonna look at the F sharp minor, the B minor, the G minor, and you're not really going to flinch because you'll sort of recognize those shapes. And there are a lot of chords you need for this song, but basically you get that printout, sort of memorize it in chunks, and you'll be good to go. But I think this is one of those songs where, again, if you're thinking of that group social situation where you just want to either play it with friends or imagine that you're with your friends playing it and singing, you basically can just do a single strum, right? So, we are the champions, my friends. So I'm doing the 1 and the 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so you get the idea there. But I hope this is helpful for you. It was fun to make this lesson. I really couldn't find any other sort of acoustic, easy lessons of this song that avoided those tough diminished bar chords out there. So I made this. Thanks very much for watching. Again, this is David Potts. Make sure you check out the website, playsongandnotes.com. And you can find the notes and tabs there for this, for all my other lessons as well. And let me know what other songs you want to hear lessons for if you made it this far. I'd be really curious to hear. But otherwise, that's it for me for tonight. Have a good night. I want you to pick up that guitar and play, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.